Hey there, it's Amanda Jane Clarkson and this is G'day Gorgeous, a lifestyle channel for women who dare to live their dreams and empower their life in all 7 areas which we talk about here: love, health, relationships, your money, your vocation, happiness and personal growth. And if you'd love to learn how to take back control of your life, gain more confidence, more clarity, more certainty about the future, and go from feeling frustrated in any of those 7 areas to feeling confident and fabulous and more prosperous, then hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every week when I launch a brand new inspiring and empowering message. Now, today's lesson that I want to talk about, I hope you have your journal ready so that you can create a life by design, not by default nor desperation. Today's message is 3 tips on how to save money on low income or minimum wage. So I want you to write this down because this is powerful what I'm going to share with you, and based on my own experience and my own results in life, okay? Many years ago when I was very young, I wanted to create wealth in my life. I wanted to be free of conformity and the stress of worrying about money and how I was going to pay the bills. And there's a whole story behind that. But the message that I want to share with you today is what I learned as a younger child is that money and wealth is an inner game. And so how you think and feel about money will depend on whether you have money in your life or not. Now, it doesn't matter that you're on a wage or a fixed income. You can start exactly where you are. And I did that when I was in my younger years, when I had 33 different jobs and I wanted to start saving my money. And so here's what I did to help me get ahead, to help me start the plan of becoming and having more than I had in my young life. And so what I did is imagine what I wanted my life to look like in all the different areas. And then I'd ask myself, if I want things that I don't have, what do I need to do to have a different life? And these are the tips and the little ideas that I want to share with you based on my own experience of understanding that for things to change, first I must change the way I think and feel about money. And before I understood these powerful messages, I didn't have enough respect for money or enough confidence around money. And I always was taught that money was hard to get, money was hard to make, money was hard to keep. But over the years, from my many mentors, I learned the value of money and the value of saving. And so the first thing that I would do is get a journal, and I've got my own journal here, and one of my pages says My Life by Design, and you can get your own journal or write this down, and you can write at the top My Life by Design. And I want you to imagine your life 1 year from now and 5 years from now. What would you love your life to look like in all those 7 areas that I spoke about? And write down all the things that you would love to experience, the people you would love to meet, the money that you would love to grow and nurture in your bank account. Because remember, what you don't appreciate will not stay with you, just like in a relationship. If you don't appreciate each other, of course, over time, the relationship will dissolve. It'll go nowhere fast. And money that I have learnt along my life journey is the same. What we appreciate accumulates. So write that down in your journal. That's the very first thing I would do, is write down what I want to spend that money on in that first tip. Do I want to create wealth? Do I want to have a rental property one day? Would I love to save up for a deposit for a home? Would I love to travel the world? Would I love to have more certainty and clarity and confidence about my future? And that's where it begins, changing the way we think and feel about money, but more so putting it down on paper, what you actually want your life to look like, feel like, be like. Because if you don't start planning for it now, chances are you'll get to a stage in your life where you'll wake up and you'll have nothing, and you'll wonder where all the years went. You'll wonder what went wrong and why you didn't understand more about money. You didn't understand how to appreciate it like I didn't when I was younger. That's my first tip. The second thing that I would share with you, and some of you won't like this message, but please understand that, a little discipline goes a long way. The second thing I want to share, and I'd love you to write this down, PYF. What does that word mean? PIF. Pay you first. Pay yourself first. And the second thing I want you to write down beside that PIF word is delayed gratification is not a dirty word. So what if you got into the habit of when you got your wage each week, you pay yourself before you pay your bills, before you pay anything out, before you spend any of the money. And you created a game in your mind where you wanted to nurture your savings. You wanted to appreciate the money that you had. And instead of blowing it on things that were not going to accumulate in value, things that were not going to appreciate in value, you put the money away, you saved 10% of it, let's just say 10% of your income instantly goes into a wealth account. So you can open a special bank account called wealth account so that you feel wealthy already. And it doesn't matter how much you start with. It doesn't matter if it's $20, $100, $500, whatever your wage is, 10%, you pay yourself first. And you delay the gratification of having things now, because just saving that little bit of money by staying home 3 or 4 nights a week instead of eating out each day, or instead of having a takeaway coffee, a latte each day, that $5 or $7, pop that in your wealth account. And before long, a couple of months in, you'll begin to feel so wealthy because you'll be able to see your wealth account growing. And this is what I did. And that little bit of delayed gratification, because you know where it's going, because the first step is you're saving up for something. You want to become wealthy in some form or another. And when you've got a cause big enough and a reason why that you want to create this new habit in your life, it won't be so hard saving at first. I understand it won't seem like a lot of money, but over the months, as the months soon fly by, you'll start to feel really good about yourself. You'll start to feel empowered. You'll start to feel more confident, in control of your future. And that is what it's all about. I mean, who wants to wake up feeling broke and desperate every day? Who wants to wake up living their life by default, looking for handouts, feeling desperate? Nobody, and I know that's not you. And so this is what I did in my life. I started to create these new habits. I started to feel better about myself. I started to feel more important and worthwhile on the inside, because remember I said money is an inner game. How you think and feel about money, how you treat money will have an effect. You'll have, the cause and effect saying goes. And so this is where it all begins. It starts with small steps, one day at a time, and thinking and feeling differently. Now, the third tip for this week's lesson is invest into personal mentors. Invest into personal empowerment. Learn and grow your mind around wealth strategies, and understand that everybody needs a mentor. You cannot go from here to here or bridge the gap of where you are to where you want to get to without having mentors and other people who have blazed the trail before you. Learn to invest in knowledge, because knowledge is power if it's implemented. And grow your mind, change the way you think. Go to seminars, read books, invest into people and mentors who have a result that you want. And remember that you are your best asset. Don't blow your money on things and stuff that become worthless, because you are worthy, you are valuable. And what I learned from investing hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of 22 years into my own personal empowerment and mentors is that money goes where money flows. Money goes where it's most appreciated, where it's most understood. But it doesn't matter if you're on a fixed income and a wage. I remember in my younger years when I had 3 jobs and I would save as much money as I could because I wanted to see the world. I really valued travel, and I knew when I was young that I wanted to invest money eventually into property and into mentors that could help me grow my wealth and become a better person, become empowered so that I had more control over my destiny. And with that came more confidence, more certainty, and more clarity. So don't think that that is an expense. That is an investment into your own mindset, into becoming the kind of person who eventually can create an incredible life by design. Because remember, the whole outcome in this video lesson is to create your life by design, not by default nor desperation. So gorgeous. I hope you found this lesson empowering, and I hope you found it extremely valuable and you took down those notes based on my own experience, life journey and results. And if you found today's message valuable, please share this YouTube channel with your girlfriends and others who you know are feeling frustrated with their life and want to feel more in control, more fabulous and prosperous. And you can always find out more by visiting my website, gdaygorgeous.com, to find out who I am and where I've come from and my journey to being able to live the life that I dreamed of since I was a very young girl. And don't forget to subscribe and share this message. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you next week with another very, very empowering and powerful message that can literally change your life from a life of frustration to having the life you dream of. And in the meantime, be bold, be courageous, and be fabulous. And I'll see you shortly. Bye for now.